Great night. You won't see anything like this probably for another 7 or 8 years. Enjoy every moment.
There you go, folks. Dick Gray, the Godfather, with the words of wisdom. Thanks very much, Dick.
Coffee, I take tea, my dear. I like my toast on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. You see me walking down Fifth Avenue, walking cane here at my side. Take it everywhere I man in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Manners make us manners, someone say. He's our hero. Takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modesty, propriety, beliefs in notoriety. You could end up as the only one. Gentleness, sobriety, and in this society, the night a candle's brighter than the sun. Takes more than combat gear to make a man. Takes more than a license for a gun. Confront your enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run. The manners make of manners, someone say. He's our hero of the day. Takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. 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 I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman. soul, so you think you could tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange the walk-on part in the wall for a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. Wish you were here.
Hey folks, just a bit of housekeeping here. If you've got a Toyota Caldina out in the car park, GQT225, you might have a flat battery on the way out. So GQT225 Toyota Caldina, you might want to go and turn your lights off. Folks, just half an hour before showtime here at the Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge Ruapuna Speedway. We're just tilling up the track to make sure we get that in great preparation for the racing that's going to happen. Good to see the crowd still making their way in here, AJ, and it's great to see Ruapuna Speedway full again.
Oh boy, they're charging the detonator right now, aren't they? Everyone's just sitting here. It's so much eager anticipation with this 52nd New Zealand Sprint Car Championship. Of course, due to a certain infection that apparently roared around the world, we didn't get our New Zealand Sprint Car Championship last year. And Ruapuna actually had everything in place, date and everything. And so we've parked it for a year. And, you know, so we've been sitting, we haven't just been dabbling our toes into the pond. We've been sort of fine-tuning things. Absolutely blown away with the number of entrants that we did receive for this. There's 46 entries. We lost several. And in fact, from last night's carnage, there's only one driver that has been unable to make it back on the track, and that's the warrior Whetu Taiwa. But Mean Gene Spooner, how good was that early in the night? And, you know, Gene is just one of those battlers, but he absolutely pinned his ears back and finished third in a heat race for the New Zealand Championship. Then he got involved in a crash down there. Michael Pickens had been involved in a little bit of contact with another car. Pickens turned round and there was a group of cars that were racing towards that, and it was sight unseen for Gene, and he ploughed into it, and the Burgers sprint car went for one heck of a burger flip, that's for sure. And the crew, they worked really hard on it, and that's the nature of the beast. Shannara Stronach, she went for a big one down there, and next thing she's out in the next heat race when we're going, okay, well, we probably won't see her again. And there's just so much at stake, but also, you know, the margin of error is fine. It's a fine line between pleasure and pain.
Absolutely. And for our new folks to the stadium here, AJ, we did talk about that format a little earlier on, and all our drivers have 2 more heats to accumulate their points. But can you explain to me what this B main business is and then what the A main is?
Okay, so what happens is the top 16 point scorers will be seeded directly into tonight's final, the grand final for the 52nd New Zealand Sprint Car Championship presented by Access Man. Top 16 go in. If there is a tie-break required, and let's say there's 3 drivers, it gets down to who beat who in the heat races, which means that the heat races throughout the whole weekend actually mean one heck of a lot. With the remaining drivers who aren't in the top 16, they get split up and go into the B main. Now, there's 2 different B mains. The field is split. It's sort of like odds and evens, and that's in the odd numbers re-qualifying points against, and the even numbers in qualifying points. So it gets split down the middle. There'll be 2 even fields. We call it the Siberia of motorsport. It is a race no one wants to be in. The dance of the desperate, call it what you like. And then from those 2 races, 2 more drivers from each of those 2 races. So a total of 4 drivers come out of the 2 B mains, and they go in to the big show.
So what you're saying is if someone has terrible luck tonight, they've still got a chance to make it into the big show, the 30-lap feature. Chances are if they make it through the B main, they're most likely to be on the back of the grid. But certainly with 30 laps and lots of restarts and drama playing out, you've still got a chance of actually becoming the Access Man New Zealand Sprint Car champion for 2022-23. So, look, folks, you're going to witness some pretty interesting racing tonight. AJ's already alluded to it. It's going to be fierce. It's going to be intense. And sprint car titles bring out the very best and the very worst in drivers. So I think what the folks can expect if you're watching is a rock and roll ride with drivers going as hard as they can, sometimes driving more than their skill level allows, but the very good drivers know exactly what they're going to do. If you're watching some of the drivers, AJ, who should we look out for? Let's give the crowd 3 drivers to just follow for the night. Certainly the one I would like to pick is Joel Myers Jr., this young American guy who's come down for the summer. He's registered to Ruapuna Speedway. He's driving the 46C car. And for those that were here a number of years ago when Buddy Kofoid was here, he's a very similar driver. He's shown an unbelievable potential here. He's won a few feature races, and he's pretty high on the points as of last night.
Yeah, he is. And he muscled up against Michael Pickens. I think that one race... where there was Stephen Taylor, there was Michael Pickens, there was Joel Myers Jr. There was a number of them, and if Michael Pickens sort of thought, okay, these guys are just going to give me a little bit of room, and I know he would not have thought that, but they were not going to give him 1 inch. Pickens got a torrid time in that one, and of course, unfortunately, it ended out in almost in an unnecessary incident down there. Joel Myers, absolutely one to watch. I'm going to start heading down to the guys that are in the dance of the desperate, and there's actually 3 of them because they're all very spectacular drivers. Rodney Wood, a 2-time New Zealand sprint car champion, former New Zealand street stock champion, an absolute iconic figure in super stock racing. When the going gets tough, Rodney Wood muscles up to the occasion. The Duff Man, our local hometown hero, Jamie Duff, you know, Adam Evans in the 98T. On 33, we've got Campbell McManaway in the 56N and Rob Vasey in the 35A. 32, James Robinson in the 8T. Todd Richards in the 93 cars on 31. On 30 points, this 41M of Cole Wood and 99 Dave Kerr. Gene Spooner in the 35 is on 28. On 24, 12T, Corey McQuillan and Shannara Stronach. 21, 43T, Josh Buchanan. Alan Chapman in the 44C on 19. And on 95, Fetu Taiba with 16.
Walking down the road, tell me how long you gonna stay here, Joe. Some people say